Hey, what's going on, Banger TV? I am Connor, and I'm back with another Overkill review, Banger's weekly metal review show. Before we get started, some of you know, some of you may not know that I own a record label called Fuzzed and Buzz. Check out our website here. We got members of Ecstatic Vision and Insane. The band is Plaque Marks. We got Verona Florist's album up there, Head, Witch Rot, you name it, man. This week, I am reviewing a very highly anticipated album from German, formerly American heavy psych rockers. The song and video you just heard is called Capture and Release. This is the 7th album by hard rockers Elder. The album is called Through Zero, and it is out now on Blues Funeral Records. Elder were founded sometime around 2006 or so, nobody really remembers exactly, in a small coastal town in Massachusetts by 3 longtime friends with a passion for heavy, down-tuned music. Over the years, the band have gained a guitarist, lost a drummer, relocated mostly from the States to Germany, played hundreds of shows from small clubs to arenas across the world, and released 6 full-length albums, 4 EPs, and 2 live recordings. Though the pedigree isn't a requirement for anything, the twists and turns along the group's winding road to today might explain the group's refusal to stagnate. With that being said, let's dive in. We are so back. Have you guys seen The Hangover?
We are back, baby.
The boys are back, and you know what? Elder is back, and congratulations, Elder, on breaking the whole underground hard rock scene here. Let's just say, for fans of prog, this direction that they are going, oh my goodness. Just listen to this tune here. You see what I mean? They do not disappoint. The legacy that these guys have created from the beginning stages of the Stoner Doom to now, they have progressed so much, and you can really feel it on this album. And you can feel it within the first song. So congratulations, Elder. This might be the best album to date. What more could you really ask for with a band that's done it all and continues to break boundaries on what can be done and what is going to be done? The sound has evolved from the way that the guitars are playing to the synth that they've added and just the musicianship between every member. It is pretty miraculous. This might be a prime example of what the band can do and what they will continue to be doing. So it's all about the flow here. The between song progression is quite seamless, and it makes it quite easy and intriguing for the listener and the consumer to just soak everything up here. So check this out. You end one song like this, Through Zero. All right, you heard that. And then you start the second song, Strata. Like, listen to that. It's just totally seamless. I think it's so well done. You keep the listener engaged and wondering what the heck is coming next. I can say I'm way more of an old school Elder fan, but after a few listens, this whole seamlessness of the songs really made this album so much fun. Like, for sure, I'm a stoner doom guy, but this new prog direction is pretty interesting at some parts, and I really do think the way that the prog has been added on this and the way that it is so seamless, it just makes it so easy. It really does feel like it's just one long song, and I enjoy that. You know, I'm a Sleep fan. I like long songs. You know I was just chatting about how great some of the progginess is, but I think there's a point of when the prog becomes a bit too prog. You know, and this is a prime example of prog this, prog that, man. I'm a Yes fan, you know. Prog, I would say, is very fitting for Elder's new direction, but there are some parts that I am really not into. Check the 5-minute mark of Sight Unseen here. It's like, whatever, you know? And then here, listen to the point of 7 minutes and 30 seconds of Sight Unseen. And it's the heaviest stuff you've ever heard. Like, maybe they didn't need to do this synthy progression to go right into hit you in the face heavy. I understand, you know, the synths, they're cool and the effects that they're adding on are really neat, but it's not all for me, and I don't think it's all about the synth, you know? I think it's all about more of the instruments. But I do find the synths can be a bit overpowering at times, and I'm really feeling that on this song. Like, 20 years as a band, 20 years to progress, like, that's great. But I don't think 20 years should be really synth heavy. I do think the overload of prog and synth is crazy, but the inner song progression is pretty impeccable, all right? So one track that really stands out to me is Strata. So check this out here. It's like, man, I really didn't see it coming with this psychedelia synth, which, you know, it's cool, I dig it, but at some points I don't really dig it, but I do really dig it in Strata here. It's crazy chugging guitar. It's like really bringing it back to the early days of Elder. And I think that's what's really cool about this band. You know, they got a 20-year catalog of all of these songs, all of these albums, and I think they really brought it back to their roots on this. For sure, they had some new elements of adding the synth, but god damn, they really brought the heavy on that song. To me, that is the #1 song on this album. You know, we've heard this album, it's been out for a bit now. I do think it's really overproduced. You know, check this out. I just really think there should be some more raw feeling to this album. It doesn't feel like live off the floor. It just feels like a bunch of layers. And maybe it's a little too overproduced. Like, doesn't give me the vibe that it was done in one sitting. And I would love that. You know, I'd love a more authentic sound to this. The verdict. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. nothing but a massive congratulations to Elder. This is an outstanding release. At first, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't really like it. I just thought it was a bit too much, a bit too overpowering. I thought the prog was a bit too much, but listen after listen and hearing new sounds and thinking, whoa, I didn't hear that the first time. Whoa, when did they put that in? It is an impeccable album, I'll give them that. It is outstanding. This might be their strongest album to date. This will be on the top of everyone's list of this year. I would be so surprised if every single hard rock fan is not sipping this album up right now. And these dudes should be proud. A 20-year legacy, like, come on, dude. So I am giving this, like, I think 4 out of 5. The shoutouts. Oh, man. This is my favorite part. So up first, we have Gozu. All right, what's up, Gozu? Those are my boys. This album is titled 6, and it is out now on Metal Blade Records. Gozu, from Boston, they're absolutely hard rock and roll, high octane. These guys are amazing. They're on tour right now, so whenever this video comes out, you guys gotta sip that up. And then up next, we're going all the way to Kitchener, Ontario. We have the boys Kroka and their debut album, Believe It. It is out now on Black Throne Productions. Man, nothing more to say about Elder. It is produced by Jason Taylor of The Obsessed. Do I need to say more? Kroka, fans of 1,000 Mods, Queens of the Stone Age, Fu Manchu. I don't need to say more. You really got to check that out. That album is impeccable. And then up next, we have everyone's favorite creepy uncle, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats. The 7-inch they just released is called Don't Let It Control You, and it is out now on their in-house label, Killer Candy Records. What's cool about this, it's on every streaming platform but Spotify. Hey, sorry, Spotify. This 7-inch is so awesome. It's so heavy. The first side is the song Don't Let It Control You, and the B-side is this really cool acoustic version of it. And hey, Uncle Acid added a new member. They have a full-time keyboard player now. That is some cool stuff, I'll tell you. And then the last one, we're going all the way to Evansville, Indiana, and my boys Faerie Ring. This album is self-titled, and it will be out August 21st on King Volume Records. What more do I need to say about Faerie Ring? I did a whole review about these guys. Check this review out. But dudes, listen and get ready for the new Faerie Ring. You see these eyes? I'm ready. You must be ready. We're all ready. And that wraps this review up. I want everybody to have a good night. Say hi to your mom. Pet your dog for me. Thank you.